Behind me is a tamale conveyor belt. All the family members working together in unison to produce dozens and dozens of tamales. Let's go, baby! Woo! There are dozens of different variations of the tamale. Today we're going to look at traditional Ecuadorian tamales. On New Year's Eve I was invited to my friend Rosemary's house and I seen firsthand the preparation and cooking of the tamales. I have to say it was a fascinating process to see firsthand as a foreigner in Ecuador. The making of the tamales took several hours and the process involved the entire family. Everyone played an important part in the completion of the meal. The operation was ran with military precision by the father of the house, Wilfredo. This meat here, this is called chicharrón, and it comes from the pig, the skin of the pig. It's very similar to bacon, but it's absolutely delicious. It's really nice. These Ecuadorian tamales are made with pork. The meat was cooked slowly for hours in a stock made up of onions, garlic, and spices. In a separate pan, Wilfredo fried some of the pig's skin, rendering off the fat which will be used later. The fried hunks of meat were served as an appetizer for the tamale making team. Once the meat was cooked to the desired texture, it was sliced, diced and shredded by the family. This meat will serve as the filling once the tamale dough is prepared. Every meaty part of the pig was used for the tamales. The skin, the intestines, and even the pig's head was stripped of all the meat. Nothing went to waste. Any part that was not required for the filling was fed to the hungry dogs, who eagerly watched the process. The most important part of the tamale recipe is the dough, or masa as it's traditionally called. Freshly shredded corn is placed into a very large container, then the ingredients are added to give it the traditional flavour of the region. The rendered fat from the pig skin is added along with ladles of the stock which the pig was boiled in. Then we add muscle power. Wilfredo rolled up his sleeves and started the mixing of the masa, pounding at the dough skillfully. Salt and cumin are added and then more pounding from Wilfredo. The masa has to be mixed by hand for 30 to 45 minutes till the dough is at the correct consistency. Mixing the dough is so labour intensive that reinforcements had to be drafted in. This is worse than trekking. I would rather be trekking up several hills right now rather than doing this. Next, yeast is added to help bind the ingredients together and give lift to the masa when it's finally cooked. Finally, the masa was at the correct consistency and the final leg of the tamale journey began. So apparently this mixture here will make between 100 and 150 separate tamales. That's insane. A few spoons of the dough is placed on the centre of a leaf called a chira. Then a spoonful of the meat is added. The achira leaf is skillfully folded around the masa and then placed to the side once completed. The whole process repeated over 100 times. I have to admit, the process of folding the leaf is much harder than it looks. After a few failed attempts, I stepped aside and let the experts take over. Once the tamales are prepared, they're placed into a specifically designed steamer and then steamed for almost 1 hour till the masas become stiff and the ingredients are cooked thoroughly. And after that, well, it's time to enjoy the tamales. Here comes the world's quickest tamale. Go! Okay, how long?
I don't know. It was time. No, my camera recorder.